right, YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate. Welcome you back to check this out. The show we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at and have ourselves a good old time. Today, everybody, we begin the first of many different deck requests I've gotten recently. And we're taking a look at Satellarknights with Constellars. It's a combination of, these light level 4 monsters. For the most part, there's one level 3 in here, but mostly level 4 light monsters that like to swarm the board. They all have different effects when they get summoned by whatever means they need to be summoned by. And we're just trying to build up a bunch of big Xyz monsters, hit our opponent pretty hard. It's a very straightforward deck when you get down to it. It's just a matter of like what monsters we get on the board, and then we can do all sorts of different things with those different monsters. So, we ourselves our deck here today. We're going to be showing off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, the whole shebang. Good old shout out to my boy Spicy Boy, who wanted us to take a look at some Satellar Constellars. That's what we're doing today. And I've been trying this deck out, and it's looking pretty good. So let's head on into there. If you want the whole deck list, I'll be revealing at the end. But for now, let's show off what this baby can do and summon out some Star Boys. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. Now, I like to go first with this deck whenever possible, which I can also go second as well, but I like to consider Satellarknights a go first to go second deck, where we like to set things up and then start beating into our opponent. And, this hand's not... I mean, it's a hand I can work with. I don't like the triple imperm. I play this in case I go second. I don't like to put too many negates in the deck, but they're all here now. So here's what we're going to have to do here. We're going to summon out Lyran. She is the go-between between the Satellarknights and the Constellars. She counts as both. When she is summoned out, I get to search out a spell. In this case, we're going to get the Constellar Satellarknights, which is our best spell. Lets me revive a monster or summon one from the hand when it's activated, and can turn one Xyz into another. It's pretty neat. So we're going to go for our Sky Bridge here. I really need to have more on the board, and this lets me trade one Teller for another. So we're going to go for our boy Deneb. Our boy Deneb, because he is our main searcher boy. When he is summoned, I can search out another boy. In this case, really don't have a lot. So let's go for Ukulele. That's probably the best bet here. I just need to deck thin a little bit and get things a-rolling. So we're going to use our Tellarknight spell. We'll summon out Ukulele Man. And Ukulele Man is going to be like, hey, send a monster to the grave. This would sound like a spell trap, but to my knowledge, none of the Tellarknight spell traps really do anything in the grave. So I'm not even sure why that's a thing. Not really, but there you go. So we'll send those two to the graveyard, and I can go ahead and Xyz summon here. Let's... yeah, let's go for Caduceus. Yeah, I can make something with this hand still. I can still make stuff. So we're going to use Caduceus here in a second. And here's what we're going to do. When Caduceus is Xyz summoned, I'm going to recover up to 2 of my Satellarknight Constellar cards from my grave to the hand. We're only going to grab the Sky Bridge, though, because Altrain's already coming back. I'd rather have this guy on the board. Well, actually, no, I don't want him on the board. That's right. I actually want him in the graveyard for now. Almost messed that up, but I did not. So we're going to use Altair here. We're going to use Constellar Caduceus. I can banish any of my boys and attach a material and copy that monster's effect. So now I can bring back the Neb. And that will bring back Altair. Be like, hey yo, here we go. And then Altair can pop cards, and that's why we run like back to the front, things like that. Or did I take that out? I forget. It's in here somewhere. But that's the idea. Like, you bring this back on your opponent's turn, you can pop things to your opponents. Pretty nice, pretty nice. But as to what we want to do now, I don't have a lot. I could for you Vitopia double get that ready, but I'd rather save that for later. So we're going to go for this guy, because I have no idea what my opponent's playing. We're going to summon Constellar Omega. He's Spell Trap Protection. And we're now going to use our Tellarknights on Caduceus. He's done his job. And we're going to trade him in for somebody new. And we're going to go for good old Pleiades. So we have a Compulse on the board. Good old Compulse, just bounce my opponent's stuff. We'll set a couple cards, and that ought to do it. I think that'll work for a first turn. No, I don't want to use any effects, thank you. But yeah, that's essentially what we're just trying to do with this deck. You just kind of go from one monster into the next. And, all the Constellars that do stuff, not Constellars. Constellars do stuff too. they're a little more limited in what they do, but they also do things when they're summoned. But the Satellarknights, anytime they're summoned by whatever, some of them are just any summon, some are specifically normal, some special, and they all will just do something. Ukulele mills stuff. Altair revives monsters from the graveyard. Deneb searches monsters, etc., etc. Okay. Okay, I'm actually really glad for Time Terror Morganite, because that means I will never have to worry about Ash Blossom. Or, what's his face? Nibiru. What did you do? Search something. Oh, it's the Raizeols. There's actually another deck I have to take a look at. Alright. Raizeol. Okay, I do remember. This is the battle of the rank 4 Xyz, actually. That's funny. This is actually a battle between two different archetypes that are completely the same in what they're trying to do. Foolish Burial. Okay. I just remember. Let me remember what to see. Opponent activates a card effect, attach material from this card, target the card on the field, destroy it. Yeah, that's essentially what the whole idea of the Xyz in this deck is. Like, my opponent does something, or I do something, his Xyz gets to pop my stuff. So, what does it do? Add a light pyro from the deck to the hand. I think I'll start interrupting this guy. I think the big Xyz needs, like, multiple Xyz again. It's been a while since I played this deck. What did... 2 or more. Okay, he can still summon Dreadnader, but it won't be as effective. Okay. That's a thing. That's a thing. So now he's going to go into his Dreadnader, I assume. Yep, there... no, Duo Drive. Let's see. Monsters you control 100, the opponent loses 100. This guy's summoned. Attach a Raizeol from the grave to this card. During the main phase, attach 2 materials. Add 2 Raizeol cards to different names to the hand. Okay. Yeah, this is the other boss monster in this deck. Basically, he makes my monsters small, his big, and it search up to 2 cards. I tried to remember what all the Raizeols do, though. I know there's a trap, and I think that's... I don't think it was a negate. I think it was just like a bounce. I don't think Raizeols have a negation. They're very straightforward in that respect. So what does this do? Raizeol plug. Xyz in the grave, summon it, attach a Raizeol from the deck to a rank 4 as material. Oh, yeah. That's fine, I think. You got this dude. I don't think any of the material Raizeols do anything else on the board. It's mostly the whole, you know, they're just here to swarm out and make giant robots. I mean, I dig giant robots. I can handle a giant robot everyone. I can. So... let's go ahead and bounce that guy. I don't want him to search stuff if I can help it. So I'm going to just bounce his big old Xyz monster. And that, barring my opponent being able to summon another one, should be a-okay for us. Should be. I mean, he is going to summon out more monsters. Yeah, he does have that power. Does have the big old Raizeol. Palma. Oh, I get it, because it kind of looks like a hand. I get it. I get it. I don't know why this calls Node, though. Why are you called Node? This guy is a hand. It makes sense he's called the palm. You're like a spiky bird thing. Alright, so Dreadnader is on the board. And then that's just gonna... exceed. We'll be destroyed. Battle card effect. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. So, my opponent will have his Dreadnader. And I can't really do much about that. I had set up for stopping, like, spell traps, and that's still an option. Still an option. And, yeah. We'll see where this goes. What are we drawing into? Ooh, Monster Born. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, let me think about this. Constellar, Ptolemy. Blah, 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 blah. I'd like to bounce this. That's the hope of the dream. So, what is currently in my grave? Not a lot. All the things I would have liked to be in the grave are attached to this guy. But let's go ahead and activate Monster Reborn here. We're going to Revivify. Huh, do I go for Ukulele, get more graveyard set up? Or is my graveyard fine? That's the question. I think the attack on this thing's like 3,000. Okay. I'm going to go for Caduceus. I'll bring that guy back. I'm gonna bring my boy back. See, yeah, he has a card effect, detect material. He can pop a card of mine if he wants to, a Dreadnator. But he's choosing not to yet, so that's good. So we'll summon out Caduceus. I just can't remember what the Raizeol trap does. That's the problem right now. I just don't remember what it does. I wish I remembered, but I don't remember. So I'm going to activate Constellar Teller on Caduceus and see where this goes. It can go many different ways, because that trap is like a landmine. I don't know what it does. I just can't remember. I know it has something to do with him having Xyz on the board. It's either a bounce or it's a... If it was a negate, he would have used it. Perchance. Or maybe my opponent's, like, very smart about it. I just don't remember what it does. I've played Raizeols. I did test them a while back. So I remember them to a degree. I just don't remember what all they do. Alright. And now we're going to go ahead and summon out this guy. Constellar Ptolemy M7, baby. Kind of sort of the boss of Constellars. I'm going to use his effect because he was summoned using our spell rather than his normal way of being summoned. And we're going to try to bounce the Nader and see where this goes. This will determine what's going to happen here. Okay, so Nader will go. He's going to pop my set card. I guess there's really not a point to stopping it, is there? Nah. Not real. Oh, there it is. Let's see. So there you go. Target fate. Okay, this is the one that lets him pop stuff. Basic card, blah, blah, blah. You see somebody using a Raizeol monster. Okay. Let me think. Yeah, it's only Constellar monsters, and he's getting rid of all my spell traps. Now, he can attach material, but that's not going to be... It's not like he can exceed right in the middle of all this. Alrighty. So, that will work for us. Let's just go ahead and beat it to our opponent, and we'll see where this is going to go, actually. I don't know if my opponent could back out of this. I don't think it's possible to back out of that, but this is essentially what our deck is trying to do. We're just trying to build some Xyz monsters, and yeah, we'll interrupt our opponent when necessary. That's like Pleiades and Ptolemy are really good for. And we'll see where this goes. I mean, end phase, no. No. Oh, right, the Morganite. Ooh, boy, I forgot about that. I kind of forgot, in all the fun, that was still a thing. Alright. Now, one good thing, I do remember, he sent one of his Naders to the grave already. Right? So he's already used... No, where'd the other one go? Already bounced it back or something? Okay, so he still has at least one of those. Probably has two. And let's see, X Raizeol. What does this do again? Add a Fire Thunder from the deck to the hand. I mean, I have to at least attempt to stop this. Maybe. If he has a monster already, then it doesn't matter what I do. But I have to at least attempt to stop him from searching more stuff. Aha! I was right. I was very right. It doesn't even matter what this is, because I can just make myself immune to all that. Alrighty. So that ought to be game right there. A good showing by the Raizeol player. Astro Bichette, he put in his best foot forward. Raizeols, I feel, are a very nice deck. They're very straightforward. They don't rely on negation or anything like that. So, you know, I think Raizeols are just a fun deck to play. I look forward to playing them myself. So, there's duel number one. You got a perfect idea of what we're trying to do. But we still have a lot more things we can do with this deck. There's a bunch of Xyz still to play. So, let's go for duel number two. Show off more what this deck can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And maybe we'll do some different stuff. You know, I like to switch up what monsters I go into in each duel whenever humanly, but like, as long as it's a decently smart idea, I will do that. Let's see here. An interesting assortment of trading cards this is. Let me think about this. Go for Caduceus. Go for Vega. Go for... Okay. I think this will work. Let's go and start with Deneb, our good old monster searcher, and see where this goes. I mean, if I get negated, that's fine. I got Satellarknights. I can still do something. It just won't be a lot of something, sadly. But let's go ahead and activate our Constellar Satellarknights and summon out our boy Altair. All right. So, having done that, we'll go for our boy Caduceus, as we do, and we'll use this effect. And let's see, I don't think I'll be able to... Yeah, I can't detach whoever I want right at the moment. So, in this case, based on what we have right now, we're going to banish Sheraton. And we'll detach Deneb for now. That way I can just search out one of my Constellars. And I do have a Constellar, so let's get Caduceus. We'll get our boy Caduceus because I can special summon him from the hand right now. Yeah, it's Caduceus and his brother, Caduceus. And we use its effect, so I get a Constellar spell trap. Which, I really wish this guy could search the Satellarknight spell traps too, but then again, that would just allow you to really easily get Satellarknight Nova, and that's like, that'd be pretty damn good. That would be a little too good, but let's go for Caduceus into... I could go for Diamond, too. Thing is, I don't know what my opponent's doing. That's the problem. So, if it's just like turn 1, I'm going to go for a good old Pleiades, have something set up, and we'll end our turn. So, it's something. I was hoping to go a little harder, but, you know, Ash Blossom can't hurt this deck a lot. This is why we play our Call by the Grave, so I don't like that to happen. Alright, Sky Strikers. Strikers of the Sky. Okay. That's actually not too terrible, because I think that'll work. I mean, you go for Hornet Drone. If you're playing Hornet Drone already, that implies you are bereft of array. Alright, Sky Striker token. Which I probably could have done something about, but it's fine. Let's see. No, not yet. I'm trying to think how to interrupt this guy. I probably missed my chance right there. I could have bounced that token, but it's either way. Either way. Just Kagari's on the board. I gotta bounce. It's not a lot, but it's an honest day's work. I got the bounce. We're gonna play these. The Sky Strikers, as long as they get into Ray, they can be pretty obnoxious, but otherwise they just kind of like do their thing. Okay, so Hayate is on the board. I'm gonna have to bounce that. So I don't want to bounce it. I have to interrupt my opponent in some regard. And hope he doesn't have Widow Anchor. He had a Widow Anchor, didn't he? They always have Widow Anchor, don't they? Show me. Go on. Go on. Show me the Widow Anchor. I know you have it. No. You have Linkage. Alright. Okay, that still does what I wanted. And that was stopping Hayate. I'll take it. Look, you didn't even attack Caduceus. He was smaller than you. What do you mean you're not going to attack my Caduceus? You insult my monster by not attacking him. How could you? Alright. Well, this is okay. This is okay. Now, granted... Okay, he doesn't have enough spells to get an extra card. That's good. Granted, he will get Afterburner. Now he gets to pop my spell, but I have a spare, so it's all good. See, this is why you always play 3 Constellar Satellarknight, is because it's the most important spell. You cannot not run this in your Satellarknight deck nowadays. It's that good. It's so good, you just can't not play the darn thing. Alright. So. Okay, now the anchor is in play. I'm just hoping that's not what this set card is. Why would you do that? Alright, multi-roll. I was about to say, why would you do that? The answer is because you wanted to set Widow Anchor. Okay, so this probably is not Widow Anchor. Probably not, I would say. Alright, what do we got here? Skybridge. Potentials, indeed. Potential. So what are we going to do? That is the ultimate question. We are going to activate Constellar Satellarknights to start. And we're going to bring back our boy Altair. So when Altair is summoned, I can bring back Deneb. Now, he's probably going to... No, maybe not. He's not going to play the anchor just yet. But we're going to go for our boy, Deneb. Let's see... I think I can wipe the whole board, like, forever, but I don't know if I want to do that just yet. It's a potential, but I'm not ready to commit to that just yet. Let's go for Lyran. Because I haven't summoned yet, right? Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, let's get ourselves Lyran. We'll normal summon Lyran. Activate her effect. And I'm going to get this. Satellarknight Genesis. My spell trap destruction. That's right. I destroy cards up to the Satellarknights I control. Oh, I played the wrong card. Okay, that works either way. Don't worry. I clicked the wrong. I was so excited to blow up the board. I clicked the wrong card. But that's fine. Let's just bounce Lyran back and get somebody else. Let's get Ukulele Boy. You know, because then I can set up even more stuff, and I'll still be able to blow up the board. It's not like I'm not going to blow up the board or anything. I just kind of clicked the wrong card. Okay, now we play Satellarknight Genesis and blow up the four. I mean, he could steal one of my monsters, but that would really not do him much good because I'm still going to be blowing up everything else. So it's like, yeah, I've got spell trap destruction, buddy. Your worst nightmare. Ah, what do you say to that, Sky Strikers? It'd be really funny though if this middle card turned out to be like Waken the Dragon. That would be admittedly horrifying, but also completely hilarious. I would actually be okay with that. Alright, so you're gonna steal that. I'm gonna be pop, pop, pop. Triple tactical talents. Okay, it's an interesting choice. And now, oh, I can't make. Oh, right, because he took. See, if he had taken Caduceus, I could have gone into Trevor, and that would have allowed me to bounce everything on the board back to the hand, which would have been very cool. But my opponent did not like that idea. So, let me think about this. Let me think about that. There's a lot of things I can do. Let's go for let me double check. I can only attack with Satellarknights. But I'm going to get this back. So I think what I want to do, because it's just kind of like a funny thing we can do. Let's go for Satellarknight Ptolemaeus, baby. That's right. Classic boy back from the ban list. He's actually been back for a while, but, you know. I want to get rid of everything he got. Sorry, brother. But I'm just going to have to take everything from you. I'm going to attach 3 materials. And I'm going to go for Cyber Dragon Nova. It's the only way we can really make Nova in this deck. Actually, it literally is the only way we can make Nova in the deck. But, hey, I've got Infinity Dragon, and I could steal Altair. But he's coming back, so I don't see a reason to do that. So, there you go. That's our little Satellarknight Ptolemaeus combo. Going into Nova, and then boom, walk at you. My opponent's got 2 cards left, and one of them happened to be a very nice top deck of Ray. Could not have top decked much better than that. And you're going to go for, yeah, Kagati. Let me think about this. Now, let me think about this. So you're trying to get back Afterburner to blow up my stuff. So if I negate and destroy that, Ray will come back, and then he's going to make like Hayate or something. Or I let him go into Afterburners, and then I negate that. He still makes Hayate no matter what I do, so I'll allow that one. I'll allow it, because I think he wanted me to negate that. I mean, granted, I have to negate this. I don't really have an option in that regard. Because otherwise, I just lose my monster if I don't. We'll see where this goes at this point. I mean, I got 2 monsters on the board and a 3rd all the way, and he can't beat over Infinity anyway. I got Honest in my hand. Nobody expects the Honest, but I was like, I don't want. Oh, okay, he's just drawing 2 cards. I thought he was gonna steal Dragon and like link it off or something. But yeah, nobody expects the Honest. Everyone expects to be Ash Blossom. They expect to get. I was about to say Maxi. They get effect Veilers and the Malchemis. Those are new. But no one expects Honest anymore. You know, people have forgotten the fear that is Honest. And with any luck, we're going to put the fear right back into people. You know, he's going to attack into my monster, and I'm gonna Honest him right across the schnoz. Come on. Do it. Do it, Kagati. What else are you going to do? You going to do something else? There's nothing else you can do. That's right. You attack my monster, why don't you? Put the fear of Honest back in you. Now, granted, Ray comes back, and he's going to be able to do other things, but, you know, I really wanted to hit my opponent with Honest. What can I say? Oh no, I'll trade. No, he was a good boy. How could you do this? Okay, so now he'll go into Hayate. I played too much of this darn game. I can like read what my opponent's planning to do from a mile away. I mean, what's the other option? Shizuku maybe, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I gotta go for the Hayate. Attack me directly. Grab linkage? Possibly. It's hard to say. I mean, it's gonna dump a card is what it's going to do. Which card is a good question? I guess Rose is a potential. Linkage, probably not. Hard to say. No! Widows! My monster's bigger than yours, you fool. You killed my Nova with myself. You threw my child at me and he died. How could you? That's horrible. You monster. Oh, that's horrible. All right. Well, you get your engage for later. I mean, I'm gonna have to take you down now. Oh, let me think about this. I'm not stopped into anything. I'm not weakened by nothing. I think it's time to put this guy down with our other spicy tech. I mean, if you didn't know, I've got all these level 4s. And that was the last mistake you're gonna make this duel, sir. That's the last one. I got Utopia double. I'm sorry, sir, but you made a critical misplay. You tried to stop Deneb when you had no reason to stop the boy. And now it's time for you to go down. Down in the ground. So, let's go ahead, battle my opponent, and this ought to be game, if not really, really, really close. And then we'll go for our boy Double or Nothan. And go ahead and... How much damage is that going to be? Is that going to be game? I'm pretty sure that's game. Math is not my strong suit. Big monsters with big swords is. So, there you go. A nice back and forth, though. Sky Strikers, you know. They didn't start with the best of hands, but that last-minute Ray really helped. That just goes to show you that Sky Strikers are a really good deck, so long as they get into their, you know, Ray. Ray is just so important for the deck. So, that's what our deck does again. We're just going for a bunch of Xyz and beating into each other. And we're looking at this Utopia. I will tell you, on my list of decks, one of those, classic Utopia deck. Haven't gotten started on it yet, but I have an idea of what I'm doing with it. And that's going to be a banger in itself. So, let's go for duel number 3. We've shown off most of what this deck can do already, but I just want to see what other kind of opponent we can get for our third opponent. So, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Alrighty, everybody, our third and final opponent, the fight and third. And let's just go all hog into it. I mean, like I said, we've shown off a lot of what this deck can do. So, you know, I just want to see what we got for this final duel. Let's see here. Alright, not bad, not bad. We've got our boy Deneb. Always good to see that boy. We've got our Lyran, so we're going to get all the things. We have Caduceus as well, so... all in all, looking pretty good and solid for this first opening hand. Let's see, let's get Altair. Yeah, Altair is good for here, because then I can go into multiple Xyz and things. Go for our Constellar. See that? Well, ultimately, the nicest thing about this thing is it's very simple, but it also very effective sort of deck. It works very well. You know? Doesn't need to be overly complicated. I mean, yeah, I kind of wish there was more graveyard things you could do with this deck, but... I don't know. I guess Konami didn't want to go too hard with that, considering ukulele's a thing. Would have been a little ridiculous. Alright, so let's go for our boy Caduceus. We might as well use Caduceus to summon himself, and I could use all my monsters, but I think just the one is good. I could, but I'm not going to do that. So let's go Ukulele Man. Detaching the Neb. And we're going to send Out Terrain to the grave. And we will activate our Constellar Teller. Actually, you know what? This is a Tellarknight, right? Yeah, that's a Tellarknight. This is a Tellarknight. That's a Tellarknight. So, let's do something that's really silly, but I really just want to do it. You know, we haven't done it today. I just want to do it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, bring back Deneb. And then we'll use Altrain's effect. Because this way I can plus off of doing this as well. Yeah, actually I can do that. No, we're not going to pop things. What we're going to do is summon... Where is he? Trevor? Where are you? Trevor! I have 3... I have Satellarknights. Can only type with Satellarknights, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. 3 level 4 Satellarknight monsters. Oh, right. These are always treated as Constellars. Ooh. I wanted to make... It's so hard to make Trevor. It really is. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. 1 exceeds, 1 right higher than the 7 hard. And then this lets me target Satellarknight Constellar, control, exceed it into somebody else. Okay, hold on. I think I can still do this. I think. Give me a second. I'm gonna try really hard to get Trevor on the board. Okay, that is the hope and the dream. All I really give a shite about at this point. Okay? I will screw up my own board, if only to summon Trevor. Okay? Where is he? Dang it, Trevor, why are you such a pain in the balls to summon? All I want to do is summon that boy, but the game is... he requires 3 Satellarknights, and... Yeah, Satellarknight all-terrain is a Satellarknight, but he always is a Constellar, so... It would have been nice to be counted as both, but no. Not allowed, not allowed. Alright. Man, I really just wanted to go for different things, you know what I mean? I wanted to go for Trevor. I can still do Trevor, like, you know, if I build up my board and stuff again, but it's just such a pain to summon that guy. He's really cool, too. He bounces all cards on the field back to the hand, and you can detach materials to hit the cards in your opponent's hand. It's a very simple thing, but he's so brutally annoying to get into. Summoning a light Satellarknight exceeds using these cards material. Can I summon the rest of the turn? Oh, wait, like, oh, now, oh, Balthamus, you would have allowed me to do that, wouldn't you? I still want to just do that, just to screw with people, but now I've set my card, so I messed that up. If Balthamus survives, if he survives this turn, I'm going to do that. I don't care. I just want to go for Trevor. What is that? What balls is this? Oh, it's Battlewasps. Oh, yeah, they have new cards. Rapier the Furious. Man, boy, put that thing away. What are you doing? You're gonna poke someone's eye out with that. You're gonna poke someone's eye out with that thing. You fool. Oh boy, he had 2 of the damn things. What does this do? Target add a Battlewasp with less attack up to twice per turn. Oh, this is the Black Whirlwind of the deck. How did I never realize they don't have one of those? That's crazy. Because these are just bug Blackwings. So, it makes sense they would have something like this. I really love the art. It's just Rapier, just, like, menacingly in front of a tornado. Isn't that the tornado from, like, the Earthbound Whirlwind spell? It looks very similar. It really does. Alright. Okay, you're gonna activate a whole buttload of effects. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and negate you there, sir. I guess you're gonna be able to negate some of what I'm doing too, but I can still negate your bugs one effect. So if you're hoping to interrupt my interrupting of your interruptions, that's not gonna happen. No, sir. No, if you want your bugs to do their thing, you're gonna have to put a little more effort into it. Yeah, Battle Wasp. Reduce a monster's level by 1. And then treat that as a tuner. Oh boy. Alright, target Battle Wasp. Bring it back. Okay. I mean, this is cool and all. You got 2 tuners. You're gonna make like Red Nova Dragon or something. That would be interesting if you actually did that. Can't be battle until the end of the next turn. Oh, okay. You got nothing. He's got nothing, folks. He tried to stop us, but no, he's gonna. I mean, he can still survive a turn. I don't. Well, when I go for Trevor, it won't really matter. I don't even care if it's not a good idea. I'm gonna thumb Trevor. Trevor's a good boy. I will sacrifice a win to summon Trevor. Because he's just a cool boy. You know? Alright. What are you doing now? You're gonna... Yeah, you're making Twinbow immortal, and then you're going to link him off. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What was the point? What was the point of using Revival Swarm? Are you a silly person? I think you might be. Oh. I get these cards are relatively new, but this is not. So I don't know what on earth that was supposed to be about. Okay, you got your Armored Horn back. What is that gonna do? It does nothing for you. And now I got Stellar Nova. Alright. Well, I said I'd do it. I'm about to do it. I'm attaching material. I'm going to... oh, I had to discard a card. That's right. Discard all terrain. Get all those in the graveyard. Yes! Trevor! He's here! I should also mention that's like an automatic thing. I can't stop myself from doing this. Bounce, everybody! Not that I have to, but because I want to, damn it. Alrighty. There you go, folks. I did the Trevor. I did it. Alright. Bring back Altair. Fill the board again. That's right, boy. Y'all thought I wouldn't go for Trevor? No, I went for Trevor. Son, I went for a Triverin, and I'm going to set you a Shiverin, and you're just going to have to sit there and take it, because you didn't bring a coat. Partly because it's the middle of August, but that's regardless. You should have thought ahead. Alright, let's get Skybridge going. Get a Skybridge. Because... Am I locked out of... Oh, yeah, I can't exceed anybody else's turn. But that's okay. Because I have my Nova, and I'm going to use Trevor's effect now. And I'm going to snipe a card from my opponent. It's probably going to be the spell. Or it's going to be Resonance Bug, which is better, actually. Because that won't do anything. Go forth, my knights! Or go forth, my one guy who's allowed to attack, because certain cards that I have restrict my attacks. I can only attack with Satellarknights. I can't attack with anybody else. Can't yeah. Altrain, I can only attack with Exceeds. There are some limits. You just kind of... You get your so balls to the walls into these combos, you kind of forget you have restrictions. It happens. But that should be good, because... He's got two of the same spell. And then he's got... Yeah, he's got the Battlewasp of the Wind. And then he's got another Battlewasp of the Wind. But I have Nova, so I can stop any monster effect he tries to do. I can negate it, destroy it, draw another card. So, yeah, it really doesn't matter too much what he does. Because what I can do next... I'm probably going to use Altrain for that effect. Because I can go for Skybridge. And then... Yeah, I go for Skybridge, trade off Lyran for doesn't matter who. Altrain comes back. Then I can pop my opponent's cards. I'm really in a good position here. This is like the position you want to be in. Because it doesn't matter really what my opponent plays. I can negate it. Yep. And then, what does this do? No? Yeah. So as soon as I see something to negate that I don't want him to have activating. He didn't even use Rapid Fire's effect, which is odd. Okay. Pin the bullseye on the donkey. Interesting. And then you can turn this into a tuner. Yes, you can. Right? Oh, and you get Dart the Hunter, too. Okay. Dart the Hunter. Although I have to say I'm very disappointed in this guy now. Any real Battlewasp player would have gone for that 200 chip damage. I'm just saying, there's no reason not to do it. There is none. Alright, so now you're going to make that into a tuner, indeed. Gonna make that boy into a tuner monster. That's nice, I suppose. Let's see, what's the level? That's a Zeus of the Bow, right? I think that's what it was called. It was something like that. Something to that effect was the name of the level 5. Actually, there's two. Yeah, there's Halberd, and then there's the Bow. There she is. Okay, Zeus of the Bow, blah, 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 blah. Destroys a monster, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alright. Alright, she's gonna beat over my monsters. Leave Trevor alone. Thank you. I appreciate you leaving Trevor alone. I would have been heartbroken if he had attacked Trevor. Alright, well, what does it do? Just gonna inflict damage to that monster's original attack. I can take it. I take it like man. And then this is going to... The opponent takes a damage, inflict damage to opponent to the original attack of that monster. I take it like man. I take 100 points damage. It slaps across face. I go like, go for other cheek. Okay, so now that that's all said and done, I think it's time to wrap this up. So let's use our Sky Bridge on our Lyran here. We're going to go ahead and trade that for another Altair. Then Altair will go off, and I can revive Deneb, and I can go ahead and use Altair, and I'll have to exceed a whole bunch to attack, but this will work just fine. Go for Deneb, and so let's go ahead and use Chain Link of Uno, popping the monster because I'm less frightened of it. I can deal with the other set card this is. I don't really care what it is. It don't matter. I can hit it whatever it is. All right. Very good. Now it's time to do... Oh, wait. Hold on. Before we do anything else, let's not forget our boy Trevor. Let's see. Ditch the last card in your hand, sir. It's the last card you'll ever see. We haven't summoned Deltharos yet. That's true. Okay, you know what? Why not? We're doing different things. We like to do this. We'll summon out Deltharos. We detach a Materia from the sky to pop a card of my opponent's. Actually, this is the other wind. I just realized. This is the other wind. That's what that was. Alrighty. And we'll normal summon Lyra just to have her on the board, and, you know, we'll make a Caduceus. I don't need to use her effect anymore because this is pretty much game right here. But that is what this deck... And hey, I've had this Utopia Future this whole time. Never needed it. Something I can totally do, but I don't need it. But what I do need is to recover a couple of cards, because why not? Omega, you put in some good work. I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you back, son. All right, let's go for the battle phase. Everyone, unload upon the opponent, and that'll be game right there. That'll be game. Doesn't matter what my opponent's got. I got Satellarknights, so I can just tribute, negate whatever he had. Doesn't matter. That's the whole day with this deck. So, very nice showing by the Satellarknights. We had some nice back and forth duels today, and I always appreciate that. So, let's go ahead for the end screen, give you the deck list, and talk more about this deck and then once we have the future. Alrighty, everybody. So, the Satellarknights Constellar went 3-0, doing actually a little bit better than I was expecting. I was thinking 2-1, something like that. But we got to show off this deck, and let me tell you, despite their age, Satellarknights can actually still do plenty of work. You know, just simple starters, things like Deneb and Lyran, and you can build pretty sick boards, going for lots of big Xyz monsters, go for a whole variety. So my extra deck is so tight in this deck from the sheer amount of stuff we can do. It really came down to we had to play one-ofs of everything because of how much stuff there is this deck can do. And so we're going to show off like pretty much everything I wanted to do in this deck. I mean, the only thing that really didn't do anything was Sombre today, but that's okay. Sombre is more of a spicy deck right in there. But we got to show off all the summoning of monsters, the whole shebang. We summoned out a whole bunch of Xyz monsters. Only thing we didn't summon was like F-Zero, and who cares about that guy? Any deck can make that guy. But, you know, we got to play against Satellarknights. We got to hit our opponents really hard. And that's what I like to see. So if you like this episode, don't forget to smack the like button. Let me know that you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing, because we're still trying to get up at them subscriber numbers. One day we'll hit that 1,000. But it'll only happen if I get you all on my side. So if you enjoyed the video enough, you know, give it a thought. That's all I ask. So here's the deck list real quick, in case anybody wants to take a look at this deck themselves and have a good time with it, okay? So for our main deck, we have 2 copies of Ukulele Satellar Boy, 2 copies of Altair, 2 copies of Alterain, 2 Caduceuses, 1 copy of Satellar Sirius for recovery, 1 copy of Sombre, which allows us to normal summon more Constellars from our hand. We have 3 copies of Deneb, 2 copies of Vega, 3 copies of Lyran, 2 Honest for Spicy Hand Trap, 1 Sakatama for Spicy Extra Body on the board, 2 Constellar Sheratons, which can search out our Satellarknights, as well as our target for our Small World. We have our Reinforcement of Arm and Monster Born, 2 Small Worlds to search out pretty much whatever we want. We have 2 Sky Bridges to trade 1 monster for another, We have our Call by the Grave to stop hand traps. We have Genesis to blow up back row. We have Double or Nothing for an OTK there. We have triple copies of Satellarknights Constellar because it's just that important to recover monsters, trade one Xyz into another, that sort of thing. Triple Imperm in case we happen to be going second, that sort of thing. Just really good to, stop my opponent from going too hard on us. One back to the front is another of our spicy techs because we can use it to revive Alterain to pop cards of my opponents during their turn. It's pretty nice. One to Stellar Nova, just to have a bit of a counter trap in the deck. It's a classic card for the Satellarknight, so one copy's fine. As for the extra deck, everything's a one-of. We have F0 Utopic, F0 Utopic Draco. We have one double Utopia, one Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, one Triver, one Constellar Omega, one Tellarknight Constellar Caduceus, one Utopia. We have Deltaros, we have Dark Tellarknight Balthamus, one Cyber Nova, one Pleiades, one Constellar Diamond, one Infinity, and one Constellar Ptolemy's M7. Now, as for the side deck, not too much to say. If you want to go harder on the Utopia line, it is possible to do that. Utopia Lightning or the new number 99, all that good stuff. You want to throw in some Zexal Sages in there, that's just fine by me. Do whatever you want. These are also light level 4 warriors, so it really synergizes well with this deck. There's also Satellarknight Alsham if you want to have a burn strat, because it's one summon, it just burns the opponent for 1,000 damage. So there's a potential for a burn version of Satellarknight. It would just be very involved. And there's also other Constellar monsters, which, there's things like, what's her name? How's this pronounced? Algiady. She's a thing. I mean, you summon her, you can summon Constellar from the hand. Works with Lyran, and it works with Alterain, and it works with Caduceus. It just doesn't work with everybody else. That's the only thing. And there are some Satellarknight link, or what do you call these things again? Pendulums. They got pendulums. They're not that important in the deck, but it's an option. That's an option. Otherwise, just basic things. Constellar Belt does prevent you from being negated monster effect wise. So if you're really worried about getting negated, consider a copy or two of Belt. So anyway, that's today's episode, everybody. Next time on the channel, let's see, I got a bunch of things. We got Voiceless Voice, we got the Raizeol traps, we have Raizeols ourselves, with Ashen as a deck, the Corn deck I want to finish up, Goblin Bikers, Heroic Dynamorphias, so many decks to play. And I'm going to be trying to get out as much of that as possible this week. So thanks for watching. Your boy Memphis signing out for now. Till next time, everybody else stay safe and stay happy. You have a good one. I'll see you soon.